Good morning, dear folks. Good morning, good morning. This is Cliff Graves from Trainwell Boxing. I just want to clear up. There's been one or two comments that have been said about my mentioning the importance of training the neck as a fighting athlete, whether that's boxer, MMA, kickboxer, wrestler, judokai, martial artist, and in fact in a lot of other sports. But we'll come to that. I just want to give you a little bit of background so you don't write me off as sort of I don't know what I'm talking about, right? I had 49 amateur fights. 49. I went all over the country. Liverpool, all down the Southwest Basin, the Midlands, everywhere. I boxed at prestigious venues, the Cat's Whiskers in Streatham. I boxed at the Cunard Hotel, Hammersmith. I boxed at the Royal Garden Hotel, Kensington. I also went round all the back streets to all the youth clubs, the boys' clubs, Battersea Petworth Street, Manor Place, Baths, Epsom Pit House, Surrey Hills Hotel, all community centres, and do you know what? Even we turned up a box at the Broadmoor Social Club, prison officers social club. So I boxed everywhere. Okay, I kickboxed. Been involved with judo in my youth. I played rugby. My older brother played rugby. He was a winger. All my mates were boxers. So I've done my apprenticeship, put it like that. Now, when I start to hear almost like a covert Chinese whisper going about where people are critiquing the fact that I've mentioned the importance for these fighting sports to train and strengthen the neck, normally is coming from people that I would hasten to add probably have never ever been struck hard. So they just have no perception or conception what it is to be struck hard, what it is to be struck hard, what it is to be struck hard, what it is in when you're doing the judo or the wrestling and you've got somebody right round your neck, got you in an headlock. What it is to be thrown in a judo throw flat on your back and then bang, the head goes bang like that. I would be confident in presuming that they've never been involved in anything like that. sports like I've just mentioned. So they don't understand, do they? There is medical evidence which will documented studies, white paper studies, which can definitively back up what I'm saying as right and proper. That a stronger neck that has been strengthened and trained will undoubtedly have less occurrence of severe concussion. The movement of the brain within the skull will move anyway, but it will not move so much if you've got a strong jaw and you're getting this impact. Got that impact where it is different from this impact, from this impact, from this impact, from this impact, because the acceleration of that little brain in that skull is infinitely more if somebody's strong and they go bang like that. They put a jab straight on the point of the jaw, bang, and they're jabbing your head off, bang, 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 bang. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of heavyweight boxers out there that can do that. Bang, your head's going back, bang, bang, bang. It's called jabbing your head off. Is going to increase the likelihood of that brain box spinning around in your skull more so than if you've got a strong shock absorber of a neck. And that's it. I don't need to say anymore. There you are. I could wrap this up in under 10 minutes. But you get these dumb fucks, these awkward, dumb fucks that don't know what they're talking about. I guarantee you implicitly, I guarantee you that if I got a poll of 100 boxers fighting people, to say, how many fights you had? How long have you been doing boxing? I see. Do you train neck? I am quietly confident every single one of those 100 would say, yes, I do. Now, what I think has happened where the general Joe in the street that doesn't know what he's talking about ought to keep his mouth shut, basically, has got confused and we still see it with MMA doing it, a lot of the grappling sports, MMA, judo, wrestling, they will do an exercise known as a wrestler's bridge. And I think that those exercises, there's one we do it front ways and one we do reverse ways. I think they should be outlawed. I used to do them. My uncle, who was an amateur wrestler, not a professional wrestler, amateur wrestler, and he said, if you're hard, you'll do it without, when you're on the back, you'll do it on the concrete. Yeah, as a kid, I used to do on the back, concrete, wrestler's pigeon on the concrete, then go over onto the top part, the front bit. You boxers out there will know what I'm talking about. You will know these exercises. But I would just say one thing to you lot, the boxers now and the fighters, fighting people. I do think that there is a better way of training the neck, and I think that is achieved by either a four-way neck machine. I think a company called MedX, 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 do this four-way neck exercise machine. I do even think Nautilus do it. And you just put your head in this thing and you turn it this way, you can turn it that way, change it and do it this way. It's called the four-way neck machine. I personally feel that standing in a cable machine, you know what I mean? Putting on a harness and then just doing the one where obviously, you know, you set it up so you can do it like this. So doing the back part, which works the obviously the upper traps, but it also works the sub-occipitals, right, which go deep. Well, the traps do go right deep into the lower part of the skull, okay? But there is this, sorry about my speech impediment, by the way. It's I'll spell it for you. OCCIPITALS, and it's like a little crisscross, almost band-like ligament. Is that right at the base of the spine? Yes, the upper traps do go in as well to the bottom of the spine. So this is what this one will predominantly doing like this. You're going back, and then the next one will be this one. Neck curls. Look, can you see how I do? Can you see it there? Look, what muscle's that? Look, there. Sorry, that one there. What muscle? Sorry, let's get it right, Mum. This is this. There's your sternoids. Look. See? This as well. Okay. And if you want to, like I said, you can do that. See that one. When you turn that side, look. I'll get it on this one for you. When you turn it, look at that strap muscle. Look. Can you doing it all wrong? See? So you'll be doing a four-way bit. You'll be doing this way, this way, this way, and this way, which will work all the levator scapula, your sternoid, cleidocmastoid muscles, the upper traps, the deep cervical flexors, you know, deep cervical flexors, the sub-occipital tools, which I've just said to you at the back of your head, the scalenes, all these little muscles coming down here, and the hyoids muscles here. Look, and I look fucking ugly when I do that. Or even more rougher. I don't give a flying fuck what I look like. See? And you absolutely do need to have that in these fighting sports because of what I have said. I could take 1,000 boxers and their coaches. And so just wondering if you could answer me a question very honestly. Do you train neck? Do you use neck strengthening exercises? And I can guarantee you, every one of those 1,000 would say yes, 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 yes. Some might say, oh, I just do it the old-fashioned way. Look at Mike Tyson and his neck when he was in his prime. Oh, I do the wrestler's bridge. So I used to do that exercise, the wrestler's bridge. But that now that's questionable. I guarantee you a lot would do lying on the back with a plate there on the front, and the plate on the back, and this and that. But I think if you've got enough space, but it would sort of stick out a little bit like an eyesore. If you just had a net machine and nothing else kind of thing, you know, your punch bags and stuff like that, and your boxing ring and stuff. But I think the 4-way Med-X is a fantastic bit of kit. But I think the same can be achieved with a cable column and a harness. So fighters, what do you think? Am I talking out of my you-know-what? Or is there some substance in what I've said? It's either you think, I don't know what I'm talking about, and we don't train the neck as fighters, or we do train the neck, which means that you agree with myself. I just now want to go on to a few other sports that I haven't mentioned. I mentioned that my older brother was a winger, tall and lean, playing rugby, fast, tall and lean, like an arrow, straight away down the side of the rugby pitch. And I mean, tall and lean, similar build to me, right? But fast. He used to train his neck religiously, and I can remember once this black guy, about 18 stone, what do they call him? Prop back. So it intercepted him. So this is my brother, taller, and this is this black guy, hooker or whatever they properly. Bam! He hit him, and my brother flew in the air. And he hit the ground fucking hard. He hit the terracotta hard. On his side. But he had done a lot of neck strengthening, which buffered the impact. He knew how to fall, so he knew like boxers, if they get knocked out or knocked down, their head stays up so their head doesn't bam onto the canvas, because that's where all the fatalities in boxing will occur. Normally when the head smacks. That's why the one punch kill out on the street, that's what kills them, because they fall back and the head smacks onto the cobbles, as it were, onto the hard tarmac pavement or whatever. So there's another example. Rugby. I think if I got 1,000 rugby players and said to them, yeah, hi, I was just wondering, could you answer me a question? Do you train neck? I bet you every 1,000 one of those rugby players, yeah, definitely, 100%. Let's take another sport, shall we? Formula One. Have you ever considered what the G-force must be like for those drivers going at speeds of over 200 miles an hour, driving around? Look at them. Look at Lewis Hamilton. You'll see his neck is pronounced. Why? Because of the G-force as they're going around those corners around their bend. Come off there. Wake up and smell the coffee. Will you stop being thick childish and ignorant. What about RAF fighter pilots? I've known an RAF fighter pilot. I said to him, "It's your neck, man." He said, "Oh, you got to, if you've got to strengthen your neck. The G-forces that they put you through in the training and stuff to see that you're the full bollocks to become a fighter pilot. He's part of it. You've got to have that strong neck to be able to take those fucking G-forces, because if you don't, you're gonna fucking snap your neck." What about horse racing? Do you think those boys neglect training their neck? Do you? I'm asking you. I'm asking the people that are not got a Scooby-Doo about any of this, and yet, loosely, that old chestnut. And they just don't know, because they've got no perception or conception of why you need to train the neck. The sports that I've mentioned do. The other thing as well, of course, is, and this can be validated by white paper, documented white paper studies. The number one muscular physical injury statistically, certainly here in the UK, and I bet you it's the same in New Zealand, Australia, Africa, across Europe, in the States, in Canada, I bet you it's the same, is people take time off work for lower back strain, lower back injury. Do you know what number two is? Neck. My wife recently had an RTA where she suffered whiplash. She had 14 chiropractic sessions to get her back to normal. I was in the car with her. We got shunted from the side. Bam! By this much bigger car. Me, fine, because I've been used to shock impact, and I've trained my neck and got a strong neck. No injury whatsoever. Her, the poor lady, succumbed. Then you tell me, Mr. Know-It-All. You tell me. You tell me. You're the chap with all the answers. You tell me how you'd respond to all those athletes that would say, always train the neck, out of all those fighting sports and sports that I've mentioned, as not necessary. This is coming from a bodybuilding perspective. And do you know what? Quite frankly, I am quite surprised, because I think nothing to my eye looks more displeasing than to look at specifically a man now, ladies, all right? And I'm not being sexist, I'm just saying specifically looking at a man that's got a pencil neck, and the rest of his upper body is muscular. It looks fucking odd, people. It looks odd. It looks peculiar. I think these personal trainers, the fitness industry, these strength and conditioning programs have got a lot to answer to. Because the ones that negate neck training, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because you are doing your clients one massive, massive, massive disservice. Wake up and smell the coffee before it's too late. And one of your clients injures their neck because of your neglect. This is Cliff Graves from Trainwheel Boxing. Speak to you again soon. Take it easy, my friends. Ciao.